It is time for the Peter Channel News Evening Report, 5 o'clock, Friday, September 12th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and here's what's happening in the world at 5. Our top story at 5 is John Kerry, Iraq, U.S. Secretary of State. John Kerry looks over Baghdad from a helicopter on Wednesday as top Obama officials disagree over whether the U.S. is at war with ISIS. Oscar Pistorius was found guilty on Friday in Pretoria, South Africa of culpable homicide and faced a potential lengthy jail term for a student dead his glamorous girlfriend, Reva's steam cabinet case that shared the Paralympian hero's glittering career. One day before convicted school shooter T.J. Lane jumped the fence and fled an Ohio prison, staff of the prison segregated an inmate and warned officials about an escape plot there. The heat of a prison guards union said on Friday. Why did Joan Rivers have a medical crisis in the New York endoscopic clinic that led to her death last week? We still don't know, but unnamed leakers are churning the waters in the ongoing investigation. You couldn't help but feel sorry for Baltimore slugger Chris Davis last week. He had the bother of a breakout season's 53 homers, and all the while feeding off inflation consequence that he may be suspended for drug use. A ban or reading Ebola to protect yourself and family warns people to Ebola virus in Monrovia, Liberia. In Ankara, Secretary of State John Kerry also met Turkish leaders on Friday to try to win support for U.S.-led military action against Islamic State, but Ankara's reluctance to play a front-line role showed the difficulty of building a coalition for a regional war. The Reverend Nine Paisley, Northern Ireland's firebrand Protestant leader who vowed never to compromise with Irish Catholic nationalists and in his twilight accepted power sharing an agreement that emerged in a new era of peace in Northern Ireland, has died at the age of 88. Washington, like most Americans, President Barack Obama has started a war. Unlike most Americans, he just started another one as he drawn back into Iraq. If I'm slapstick, foster drug scandal, police show it's a medical drama, there has never been anything like the war before Surrey. The administration of President Bashar al-Assad will prioritize its campaign against terrorism as was urged by the United Nations. Yet still agrees and disagrees with the way Washington has attempted to fight terrorist groups in Syria. Two U.S. Navy FA-18C Hornet fighter jets crashed into the Pacific Wall on a train flight that resulted in an apparent mid-air collision. Blackstone, Massachusetts, a woman who lived in a squalid vermin-infested home where the bodies of 3 infants were found this week were arraigned on Friday on charges including the fetal death concealment and ordered held without bail as a search for questions that she may be mentally ill, her lawyer told. Phoenix, there's now one same-sex couple whose marriage is illegal in Arizona. A federal judge has issued a mercy order requiring Arizona to recognize a call for a marriage of Green Valley couple Fred McGuire and George Martinez. In Lake Mary, Florida, George Zimmerman, who acquitted in 2012 shooting death of Anya, Florida teenage Trayvon Martin, has never brushed with law in a road rage incident, reports CBS Miami. An alcohol-fueled brawl allegedly broke out at a snowmobile party in Alaska involving several members of the Palin family, according to witnesses. Track Palin, 25-year-old son of the former governor, got into a fistfight with a man who bloggers have said. In San Juan, Puerto Rico, officials in Puerto Rico say the number of summer cruise ship passengers visiting New York's territory has increased in the past 3 years. Ariel Adams loves watches. He owns more than 100 of them, sometimes changing a different watch multiple times, and kept the Apple Watch takeoff as a fashion accessory. As analysts Apple and surprisingly revealed a new iPhone that will come in 2 sizes for the first time. The regular iPhone 6 features a 4.7-inch, 1334 by 750 pixel screen, while the Plus version boasts a 5.5-inch, 198 pixel screen. As Samsung takes a few shots at Apple 96 iPhone 6 and its latest Galaxy Note 4 advertisements. Have you ever loved a car? Maybe in an old truck you drove for hundreds of thousands of miles. Every minute it was your first car. Where did you have your first beer and you got your very first kiss? The father film star Nicole Kidman died at the hospital in Singapore Friday morning. Dr. Anthony Kidman, clinical psychologist at Sydney's Royal North Shore Hospital, failed at Tanglin Club, a prominent social club in Singapore, while visiting his younger daughter. Iggy Azalea found back and reported that she had a sex tape as a strong miss for anyone who tried to leak to another person's personal property. New species of dinosaurs are ducked almost weekly 3 days, and often they are bigger than those found early. So what makes Spinosaurus special is not that a large predator than Tyrannosaurus Rex thought it was, but it lived in the water. That's according to scientists at the Chalmers University of Technology in Göteborg, Sweden, who have revealed in the new study that they captured the sound of a single atom. For chronic smokers who want to quit the habit, there is a new inhaler called Vulcan that has been recently been approved in the UK. The nicotine inhaler is a device which looks much similar to the e-cigarette and purpose also the same to help kick the habit. Taking a look at stock market report on this Friday evening here. Okay, U.S. stock market reports here. Dow Jones 6987.51 down 61.49. S&P 500 1985.54 down 1191. Nasdaq 4567.60 down 24.21. DAX 9651.13 down 40.15. FTSE 6806.96 up 7.34. And CAC 4044.41.70 up 80 cents. Asian markets 5940.29 indicate up 39.09. Shanghai 2331.95 up 20.27. And HSI 24592.32 down 67.32. Oil markets 92.25 down 58 cents. Brent 97.11 down 97 cents. And natural gas 3.847 up 24,000 points. And gold 1230 down 9. Silver 18.64 up 41,000 points. And copper 3.1055 up 13,000 points. In the bonds, US 10 year yield 2.6087 up 77,000 points. Germany 10 year yield 1.089% up 2,000 points. And Germany's 10 year yield 0.577% up 1,000 points here. And in FX, European US dollar 1.296 down 4,000 points. US dollar Japanese yen 107.32 unchanged. And Great Britain US dollar 1.6268 up 2,000 points here. And take a look at New England incident alerts here. In Plymouth, Massachusetts, a multiple car crash on Route 3 southbound between exits 7 and 6 and multiple ambulances requested a Kingston route. Motor vehicle accident in Yantic, Norwich, Connecticut, West 10th Street in front of the Yantic River Inn. 2-car motor vehicle accident, Norwich Police Department on scene and Yantic Fire Department en route. And in Mansfield, Connecticut, motor vehicle accident 135 Baxter Road in Mansfield, Connecticut. And let's take a look at what is going on in the world of sports. Here, Atlanta Hawks general manager Danny Ferry has been taken indefinitely to the release of an audio recording in a race to scatter report in June. The team announced on Friday. Friday, the Mounds announced to the media that Janko Stanton suffered facial lacerations, crimes such as multi-face fractures and dental damage. Ray McWay's second shot at 44 Friday landed square at the pocket of the spectator. Amazingly, it's not the first time this kind of thing has happened to Norman Ashman this summer. Ashwick Hunter, the number 13 car belonging to the young sprint car driver, was struck and killed by a 3-time NASCAR Championship 22 will race again this weekend. And one game going on, the Yankees lead the Baltimore Orioles 1-0 in the bottom 11 here. And the Red Sox will face off against the Kansas City Royals. And take a look at the traffic situation on this Friday evening here. And we all told you that Route 3 on the southbound side, accident down in Plymouth between exits 7 and 6 here, so it's backed up from Kingston all the way down to Plymouth here on Route 3 southbound. We're taking a little closer look at it here. In Plymouth here, Route 3 is backed up from 3A all the way past Route 44 due to the accident here down in Plymouth here. 24 on the southbound side, a little slow from 104 in Bridgewater down to 495 in Raynham here. And 495 stopping a little slow from Raynham all the way down to Route 44 in Middleborough here. 95 stopping a little slow from 128 in Kenton down to Norwood here. And 95 stopping a little slow from Foxborough down to North Attleboro here. Southeast Expressway backed up from the Pike down for the split here. Southeast Expressway backed up on 3A on the northbound side to the Tiverton Tunnel, which is pretty bumper on both ends here. Matt's Pike and the eastbound side a little slow from Austin. Brighton trolls down to BU due to some road construction in Austin. Roadway construction. Roadway reduced to 3 lanes and Mass Pike eastbound between Interchange 20, Austin, Brighton tolls, and Prudential Tunnel in Boston here. And Mass Pike is backed up from the Austin Brighton tolls down to Route 30 in Natick here, and it's re-backed up again from Route 9 in Framingham and Mass Pike westbound all the way down for the Austin Toll. Down to the Charlton rest area here. And 128 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Burlington all the way down for Wakefield here. Route 129 southbound end, backed up from Lexington all the way down for 95 in Norwood, and it's all the way backed up all the way down for the Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side is backed up from the split all the way down for 24 in Randolph here. 93 on southbound end, slow from Medford down for this Aiken Bridge. 93 northbound backed up from the bridge all the way up into Medford, doing next to 93 southbound in the Assembly Square in Somerville. Route 3 northbound is backed up from Burlington and up into Billerica, and it's stretching all the way down to Route 4 in Chelmsford here. Route 495 on the northbound side backed up from Boxburg all the way out to Lawrence here. Southbound 495 backed up from Trading Tewksbury down to Lowell here. 93 on the northbound side is backed up from 495 and Andover all the way down for Windham, New Hampshire here. 95 on the north, both ends, both on fine from 120 to the New Hampshire border here, and 95 New Hampshire is more on fine here. And 495 on the southbound side is backed up from 290 in Marlborough all the way down to the Mass Pike in Westborough and Mass Pike. 495 on the northbound side backed up from Route 9 in Westborough all the way down to 290 here. And take a look at 195 also from 103 to the Bradford Bridge and Fall River here, from Somerset to the Bradford Bridge and Fall River here. 95 southbound in Red Island also from the S curves all the way down for the downtown Providence. And all the way down Route 10 Cranston doing an accident on 95 northbound near the protected S curves here. 610 connector slowing both ends from Route 6 to 95. 195 westbound also from 1A all the way down to 95 here, and 95 southbound also from the airplane connector down to 295 in Warwick here. And 295 southbound also from Route 6 in Johnson, and 146 southbound so from North Smithfield to 295 in Lincoln here. Alright, let's take a look at our weather report here on this Friday evening. And Bourne Bridge on the southbound side, a little slow doing an accident on Bourne Rotary Circle on the southbound side. And Route 6 also around Tennis Port, but you're good to go. And take a look at our weather report here. Current conditions at 5 o'clock in North Massachusetts. 70 degrees of temperature with fair skies, humidity of 53%. Wind speed east about 7 miles per hour, barometer 3.10 inches. Dew point about 52 degrees and a visibility of 10 miles. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions here. Alright, current conditions here in Norton here, around the region here. $65 degrees of temperature in Boston, 72 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Bedford and Beverly, 71 in Gloucester, 67 in April, 65 in Boston, 61 in at the Boston Harbor. It is 72 in Smithfield, 72 in Providence, 69 in Wesley, 70 out in Balkan, 73 in Taunton, and in New Bedford. It's 64 in Plymouth, 63 in Provincetown, 65 out in Chatham, 66 in Falmouth, 64 in Cape Cod Bay, 67 out in Martha's Vineyard, 65 in Nantucket. We got a 72 degree temperature reading for Worcester. '71 in Quabbin Reservoir, 74 in Springfield, 74 out in Windsor, Oxford, and Hartford, 76 in Meriden, 68 in Waterbury, 70 out in Danbury, 75 in Bridgeport, it's 76 out in New Haven, 70 out in Long Island Sound, 72 in Montauk, 75 in Islip, 77 in New York City, 65 in Albany, 62 in North Adams and in Bennington and Bradford, Vermont, 64 in Keene, Hampshire, 65 in Chaffin, Hampshire, 66 in Conklin, Hampshire, 62 in Manchester, Hampshire, 68 in Nashville, Hampshire, 67 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here. Take a look at our map situation. Shows a station front from California, stretching all the way down for the Fall Quarter region, down for Texas, then down for the southeastern station, and out to sea. Measuring cold front out to the tip of the Prince Edward Island here. Front by from Ontario, stretching out in central New York and Pennsylvania. Front by from southern Florida low, stretching out to sea. Front by from western Mexico, and a front by down from Arizona, down for the Gulf of California, and a front by down for the California coastline. Front by from Colorado down for the Wyoming, and a front by from off the Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia coastlines here. High pressure in UP and Michigan off the Atlantic seaboard here, central Nebraska, and low pressure in northwestern California, Gulf of California. southeastern Utah, western and eastern portions of Texas, and central Florida. Air. It's 61 degrees at temperature right now here in Boston. And now 61 in Pittsburgh, 78 in Washington, D.C., 80 in Atlanta, 82 in Miami, 85 in Brownsville, 66 in Dallas, Texas. It's only 50 degrees in Kansas City, 53 out in Omaha, Nebraska, 51 in Chicago, 54 in Minneapolis, it's 43 out in Denver, 68 in Salt Lake City, 62 in Great Falls, Montana, 74 in Seattle, and in San Francisco, 79 in Los Angeles, 94 in Las Vegas, it's 100 degrees in Phoenix, and 70 in Albuquerque. So the Red Sox and the Royals game in Kansas City tonight is going to be chilly, so hope those people in Kansas City are dressed for fall. Here, take a look at our IntelliCast radar here. Alright, let's take a look at the radar situation, and it shows lots of showers and thunderstorms from Western Virginia down to the Carolinas, and stretching on much of the southeastern states and the Gulf states, and down to southern Texas, and have a batch of showers and storms from New Mexico, stretching down to northern Texas, and up to eastern Oklahoma and northern Arkansas, down to southeastern Kansas, down to Missouri, and line of moderate to bands of rain, cool rain from western Wisconsin and down to Wisconsin, Illinois, down to Minnesota, down to northern Iowa, and a spotty rain showers with a few sleet down to Alberta. Here. And take a look at our satellite loop here. And it shows a line of clouds coming in from northern New England and coming in much of the Great Lakes and then down to Tennessee Valley and down for the much of the southern and central plains that's up in the northern Mississippi Valley, and have a batch of clouds from British Columbia stretching in the Saskatchewan up to the northern Montana, down from Manitoba and Ontario coming in much of Quebec. Here. Alright. Alright. The latest on Edward. Here, the tropical storm Edward here is now. As of 5 p.m., it's 45 mile per hour with a center location 19.5 to the north, 44.1 in the west, and moving northwest about 13 miles per hour with a wind speed of 45 miles per hour. The public advisory on Edward here is Edward forecasted gradually strengthen over the Atlantic here, as there be no coastal waters warnings effect at 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time 20 UTC. The center of tropical storm Edward was located in your latitude 19.5 to the north, longitude 44.1 in the west, and Edward is moving toward the northeast to northwest near 30 miles per hour, 20 kilometers an hour, and this motion is expected to continue for the next couple of days. And back to the same winds remain near 45 miles per 75 kilometers an hour, and with higher gusts. Some gradual strength is forecast during the next 48 hours, and tropical storm force winds extend up towards the 70 miles per 1 in 10 kilometers from the center. In its minimum central pressure from the global hawk on demand, the aircraft is 98 millibars or 29.47 inches. Here. And we got two more tropical disturbances in the Atlantic. Here. Number one is shower activity is situated at the bottom of low pressure centered over southern Florida, just west of Lake Okeechobee, remains poorly organized here. By tonight or early Saturday, the low is expected to be over the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, where upper level winds are forecast to become even less favorable for tropical cyclone formation. And nevertheless, this weather system will continue to be closely monitored, and the Air Force plane will check the low on Saturday for the next day. Local heavy rains, that's situated the low will be continued over the portions of southern Florida and the Florida Keys today and Saturday. Formation chance 4 hours, low 20% formation chance 5 days, medium about 30%. And shower activity is associated with a tropical wave located south of the Cape Verde Downs and continues to show signs of organization. This system, however, is forecast to move west where the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour with a forecasted area of variable development and formation chance 4 hours. Low 20% formation chance 5 days, hot, low 20%. Here. And let's take a look at Eastern Pacific here. The latest on tropical storm dial here. It is now a tropical storm with 65 mile per hour wind gusts with a moving station location 15.6 to the north, 104.8 to the west. Here in the latest on public advisory on Odile. Here's at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is 5 p.m. our time here. It's stationary, no change in strength as tropical storm watch in effect from Manzil to Cabo Corrientes, Mexico. And tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, majority within 40 hours. It's to 35 miles south of Manzil, Mexico, and interest in the southern Baja California Peninsula should monitor the progress of Odile. Here. For postal information specific to your area, please monitor products issued by your local National Meteorological Service. At 2 p.m. Pacific time, 21 UTC, the center of tropical storm Odile was located in latitude about 50.6 north, longitude 104.8 to the west. And now Odile is currently stationary but is expected to resume westward drift later today, tonight, and then toward the west-northwest on Saturday, and an acceleration toward the northwest is forecast Saturday night on the forecast track. The center of the Odile will remain well offshore for the southwest coast of Mexico by Sunday. A maximum sustained wind near 65 miles per 100 kilometers an hour with higher gusts. Strengthening this forecast during the next 48 hours, and then Odile could become a hurricane by Saturday morning. Here, tropical storm force winds extended out up to 205 miles, 335 kilometers on the center of the span. Minimum central pressure is 99.4 millibars and 29.36 inches. Here, and tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area by Saturday, and certain swells from Odile will affect portions of the southwest coast of Mexico during the next couple of days, and swells are likely to cause life-threatening surfing current conditions. And please consult products from your local weather office. Here. And latest on tropical depression, 16 east, 16.9 in north, 119.1 in the west. Max sustained winds about 35 miles per movement, east northeast about 3 miles per hour. And take a look at the public advisory forecast for 16E. And its depression drifting in the east northeast would likely become a remnant low soon. Here, as there are no coastal watches and warnings in effect at 2 p.m. Pacific time. 21 UTC, the center of tropical depression 16E was located near latitude 60.9 north, longitude 190.1 in the west, and depression was moving toward the east-northeast near 3 miles per hour, 6 kilometers an hour, and turned toward the east-southeast through some increase in the forward speed is expected over the next day or two. Max sustained with near 35 miles per 35 kilometers an hour with higher gusts, and weakening is forecast during the next 48 hours, and the depression is forecast to become a remnant low by early Saturday. Estimated minimum central pressure is 1,007 millibars or 29.74 inches. Here. In Central Pacific tropical outlook area of this round, showers and thunderstorms associated with a surface drill is located about 80 miles west-southwest of Honolulu, Hawaii. There is a low potential for development into the system moves forward west formation 10 hours. Low 10% elsewhere. No tropical cyclones are expected by Sunday morning here. And let's take a look. Okay, for public discussion on seasonally cold in the northern tier states, relief from the heat arriving in the east coast, and numerous showers and storms stop at the front. A strong cold front has delivered a large surface high from Canada southward to the United States, and it's feeling like fall across much of the country. It's even feeling like winter on the northern Rockies and in the Dakotas, and we've had record lows on Friday morning. An absolutely large high-pressure areas is more reminiscent of November instead of mid-September than potential exists for frost and freeze conditions overnight from the northern plains to the upper Midwest. Elsewhere across the Canada, United States, scattered numerous showers and thunderstorms are likely at this cold front from Texas to Florida, and locally heavy rainfall will be possible in areas where convective activity is persistent and a wave of low pressure is forecast to track across the southeast and middle states and a round of rainy weather to the region on Saturday and upper level low crossing on the Great Lakes and northeast will be in periods of showers and thunderstorms by Saturday night. As wet weather expected to the west coast by the end of the week with no major weather system expected here. And forecast discussion, high pressure builds into southeast Canada and Maine, bringing a cold night to the southern New England. A quick moving weather system then brings scattered showers late Saturday afternoon, early evening. High pressure brings dry weather with slightly below normal temperatures Sunday and Monday. The next cold front will be likely to bring a period of showers late Monday night into Tuesday. Mainly dry weather expected next Wednesday, Friday with slightly below normal temperatures continuing. Here, ideal September weather across the region into this evening with mainly clear skies, capital temperatures, and light winds. The exception will be over Cape Cod, where cloud cumulus clouds linger, and then these clouds will erode by sunset, and late day sunshine continues to erode clouds. Thereafter, temperatures will fall fairly quickly in dry atmosphere, clear skies, and light winds. Many locations will dip in the mid-40s by tonight, and including places such as Martha's Vineyard, Northwood, and Ever. Interior eastern Massachusetts locations, also western Massachusetts and southwestern New Hampshire, should fall in the mid-40s and elsewhere. Minimums will be in the low to mid-50s, and tricky part of the forecast will be left or moisture in the form of stratus cumulus clouds or Cape Cod. This cloud may prepare toward Sunrise given BLY a cool overnight. That's good to see skies become partly the most successful skies toward daybreak over the eastern Massachusetts, possibly into Rhode Island. There. Okay, let's take a look at our weather notes here. So far, 53 for Burlington, Vermont, 55 in Buffalo, and 57 in Toronto. And tomorrow's high will be 65, 32 degrees, with no weather tomorrow, and up to a 10 or 200, up to a 10th of an inch of rain for the metro region. And tonight's lows will be divided between the 40s from much of New England and up in the western Middlesex County and the Worcester County and then the western New England and up in the upstate and central New York. Will be in the 50s for much of eastern Massachusetts and much of Rhode Island, Connecticut, and stuff central to New York and for New York City and Long Island there. And it's a beautiful day outside my window here. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For tonight, we are going to see some mostly clear skies along 49 degrees. Northeast wind about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Saturday, scattered showers may after 3 p.m. Pakistan sky near 69 degrees. East wind about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Precipitation 30%. New Pacific mountains of less than 7 inches possible. Saturday night, scattered showers mainly before midnight. Petrobras overall cloud skies will gradually becoming part cloud skies low 53 degrees. And light variable wind becoming northwest mountain 5 miles per hour to midnight. Chance of precipitation 50% and new Pacific mountains of less than 7 inches possible. Sunday, sunny sky near 68 degrees and north wind about 6 to 9 miles per hour. Saturday night, part cloud sky low 43 degrees. Monday, both sunny sky near 71 degrees. Monday night, most cloud sky low 54 degrees. Tuesday, chance of showers, both cloud sky near 69 degrees and chance of precipitation 50% and Tuesday night, chance of showers, part cloud sky low 51 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Wednesday, sunny sky near 70 degrees. Wednesday night, both cloud sky low 45 degrees. Thursday, both sunny sky near 70 degrees. Thursday night, both cloud sky low 42 degrees. And for Friday, both sunny sky near 69 degrees. Here's what a phrase all done. Evening near a pleasant night in store. PJ will see you have a good evening with a good positive. I'll be looking forward to see you for a late night report right after the Red Sox Royals game on Nesson and Sports Roundup. Have a good night and stay tuned. Have a good evening.